It's about 9:15 on the 25th. It's April 25th. It's a cool night. It's about 70. And we have all of these beds. They sunk down. You know, every year they sink down because we take the dirt out. We keep stuffing leaves underneath. So tonight we're going to see how many beds we can get done because our tomato plants are towering in those little cells. And if I don't get them out of there, they're going to get root bound. I'm not going to be able to separate them. If I don't have my tomatoes this year, I'm going to be really frustrated. So tonight we're going to see how many beds we can get done. So I'm waiting in line with my coupon, and some guy pulled in front of me. I guess he thought I was upset. I don't know what he thought. I didn't even realize. I didn't even think about it. I pull up to the window, and the lady says, "Oh, this guy in front of you paid for your order because he cut in front of you in line." So even with my free coupon, I couldn't even use my coupon because somebody else paid for the coffee. So we started the day off on a good note. Wasn't looking for it, but it was there. Maybe you should be looking for these blessings. Anyway, I was out here the other night till 2 o'clock in the morning with Anthony, and we stopped. These two beds over here, those two beds are ready to go. My wife just put the plants out on the back porch. So tomato plants are going in the ground today. I would like to get all 8 of them. We got to dig out the dirt, put the plastic pan in, throw in a big giant pile of compost, put the dirt back on top with a little bit of compost mixed in. These two right here are ready. We just have to put the plastic in and fill them with dirt. Today, the tomato plants are going in the ground, or the raised ground. That would be the bags of mulch we started these beds off with. I don't ever want to grow my plants in that. Even though it's breaking down and it looks beautiful and it's nice and dark, it started off as dyed mulch. You know, the bags of black mulch. So I can't grow any of my food out of the bottom of these 12 beds. The bottom of these 12 beds is always just going to be something to raise up the top where we are growing. I left dirt on top of it because if I dig down, I can see that mulch, but I don't know what they dye mulch with, but we're not going to eat it. I'm not interested. All of our compost is up on top. Now we're going to have the plastic in here, so there's going to be a total barrier between that mulch that's rotting away. I mean, it looks good. It would probably be fantastic for growing flowers, not our vegetables. This is some beautiful stuff here. Look at this. These leaves are so close. Look at this. Now we're actually dumping the dirt that was on top. We're dumping it in and we're mixing it in with these leaves. Building our dirt, building our compost, getting our organics in through the whole bed. Okay, let's show them what it looks like there. This is the dirt that we had on top. And we're mixing it in with these leaves. Now, I still have 4 big beds over here, but this year I decided I'm going to put our pepper plants in these big beds, and I'm going to have 4 different kinds of pepper plants over here. I will net the flowers on some of them so I know I keep my pure seeds going for next season. All you need is 2 or 3 peppers. in a net, and that's enough seeds to go all year next year. But the point is getting this dirt dug out, getting the plastic in, mixing all of our organics in with our dirt. I mean, I look at these beds right now, it looks, I don't know, astonishing. The dirt just, it looks like this is the kind of dirt I would buy if I went somewhere and I had a choice between 4 or 5 and then I saw this one. This is the one I'd buy. This dirt is amazing. The worms, all day long I'm trying to save the worms. You don't want to chop them in half for no reason. I heard that they grow back, but it doesn't matter. It was a good day. We're filling up the last 2 beds. We just got the plastic in one. We're going to finish filling it with the leaf compost and the dirt. We're going to go ahead and put the plastic in the last one down there. And then I could sleep at night because I know my tomatoes are in the ground. When I sowed, you saw how I did it. I dropped little handfuls of seeds in each one of those cells. And I was going to just cut the shorter ones and keep the best ones, but I decided nope. I kept them all. I took a whole bunch of seed trays and small flower pots, and I transplanted every single one of them. There was 1 or 2 that broke. I chucked them, but for the most part, we now have plenty of tomatoes already growing because I got a couple of friends that want some plants. We're going to let them get some plants. We're all done. All 8 beds are done. 2 beds, Fountain Inn Sweet Grape. 1 bed, Blue Beauty. 1 bed, Aroma. And then 2 beds of Paul Robeson and 2 beds of our Kellogg's Breakfast. I appreciate you taking your time with us. Absolutely. 1 pot, 1 plant, 1 patio. You're never too old, you're never too sick, you're never too out of shape. Just start, it'll grow. All right, some of our tomato plants have been in the ground now in these raised beds for about 24 hours. Some of them 23, some of them 22. Some of them 20, because we finished up last night. It was dark when I started to water them. So I'm going to walk around. I'm going to show you the plants. What you need to look for when you get a plant in the ground is immediately check to see if it's stressing out, because if it is, you might be able to save that plant. You wait around a couple of days, whatever's causing it to stress out is going to finish it. You're going to lose your plant. These tomato plants are babies right now. Even though they were over a foot high, I planted the whole plant, just left a little bit at the top. We snipped all the side branches. We left a little bit on the top sticking out. Some of them were about 12 inches. Some of them were 9 inches. It looks like some of them Anthony planted. No matter how much I told him to go deep, he didn't go too deep on some of them. It's okay. Once their roots get vigorous and go down to those water reservoirs, we're going to be fine. But for the next few weeks, I'm going to check them every day. First sign that they need water, they're going to get water. I might just water them anyway. They're our babies. But let me walk around and show you what they look like the next night. Don't forget, we just finished these 8 beds last night. We've been waiting to get these tomatoes in the ground. We've been waiting. Sorry about the baseball games that are going on. They're very excited over there. Now these right here, all right, those 3 right there, those are the Roma plants. Out of all the Roma seeds I planted, and I had a lot of them, only 3 germinated. Don't fret. In a couple of weeks, when they get a little bigger, I'm going to cut the bottom branches off, put them in water, we're going to root them. So sure enough, Miss Karen's going to have those tomatoes. She wants to jar twice as much sauce as she jarred last year. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what I got to do for her. Right now, the Fountain Inn Sweet Grape. Check them out. And then we have our Kellogg's breakfast. That's those big, giant, yellow sandwich tomatoes. Ha! Look at them go. And then Greg and Carla from Gracious Farms, they introduced me to my favorite tomato from my whole life. I don't think I'll ever like another tomato as much as Paul Robeson. Thank you, Greg and Carla. So this year's Paul Robesons, they're off to a running start, and I got about 15 of them in some big pots started. Because as soon as I get dirt in these other beds, I'm going to plant more. Paul Robeson, my new favorite tomato. Eat them like an apple, eat them sliced in the sandwiches. It's all the way around. I love them. I guess the strawberry plants are starting to just grow wherever. Maybe something ate the strawberry and then pooped over here, or I don't even know how they got over here. But they're spreading. And I'm going to leave them because I know that the box turtles love strawberries. So it's nice and, oh man, there's all kinds of strawberries and they're all red and ready to go. They're tiny. And I guess you call them wild now because they're growing all by themselves. That's amazing. I know it couldn't have been a month ago where I stumbled across my very first artichoke. I just felt, I don't even know how to tell you. I was so excited. So I figured if nothing else happens, at least we had one artichoke. And I need to read up on when to cut it. So I don't want to mess up. I know if I wait too long, it's going to flower. So I was just out here and we were taking some artichokes we started this season and filling in, you know, the ones that didn't make it through the winter. Every other one, we filled them in. And I was looking. You ready for this? I don't know if you can see it. The sun is behind me. Let me try it different. How about this one? Yep. And that was the first one we found. And look, it has a little sibling. So I'll probably have one starting over there in that one. So I'm guessing we are destined to eat some artichokes this year out of our garden. You know, as long as nothing crazy happens. Some kind of bird eats them, lightning storm, but they're growing. I have so much joy in this. You know, we spent a few nights out here till 2 o'clock in the morning because I needed to get our peppers in the ground. We needed to get a couple of things planted. They were starting to fall over. So we did what we had to do. The rest of the season, we won't have too many nights we have to stay out because most of the garden is built. It's just a matter of getting all of our dirt into the beds, taking the dirt out, filling the bottom in with the new dirt so it lifts the old dirt up, mixing the organics. But all in all, we're well on our way 2024 season. Peppers went in today, most of them. I got some more to do. We got to do a bed in the back. Try to keep them separate. You want to hear something crazy? Not one single lilac pepper seed germinated. I planted a bunch more. None of them germinated. I don't know what went wrong. Seeds are so important. Not a single one out of all of those pepper seeds. Not one made it. I'm going to dig through my bucket and get some seeds that I saved off another plant. And we're going to start some new lilac seeds. It's not too late. We got plenty of time.